Okay.
Oh. Do you guys have like a full intro on that you do?
No.
No.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Talkin Fit podcast. God damn, we have a great intro. What do you mean? Of course we have an intro.
Our actual intro?
Sure, we'll
Run
just
with it.
run
We
with
just
that.
wing it.
Just start doing that now. Every great podcast has like a signature intro, but it's like, how do you come up with it?
We
Yeah, it's-
have a song.
Oh yeah, there's
like
a song that
sound.
plays at the
Do you know
start.
the
Oh, yeah,
sound that
yeah.
we play?
It's so cringe. It's honestly cringe.
It's some like stock sound that Lewis found.
Yeah, non-copyright.
It's
yeah.
so funny.
Do the job. All right, welcome back, everyone, to the Talkin Fit podcast.
Hey guys.
The best fitness podcast in the Southern Hemisphere. We're still running with that. We're still running with it.
That's facts.
We are blessed today to be joined by two fabulous guests at Team Limitless Nutrition. We have Eric and Lara here with us, guys, today. Woo!
Lara is off camera. But
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
do the face.
Lara-
She'll
behind the
come in.
scenes.
She'll come in. We'll get her in.
Thank you for having us in, guys. Appreciate it.
No,
Thanks
that's
for coming
that's
on.
fine. That's all good.
Sorry,
Sorry.
Lewis does a lot of the talking as well.
Yeah, I'll sort of carry this podcast a bit.
He does carry it a bit.
Carried the leg session yesterday too.
Yeah, no. I just got mogged at the end too. I was like, I noticed Eric didn't put up the pump video at the end. I was like, he probably just watched it. I was like, oh, I feel bad.
Dude, I totally
Mog
forgot
him.
I even took that, eh?
Oh,
I'll post it.
all right. Before we start talking, Grace, how was your week?
My week was a pretty hectic week. Uni went back, so
Very
been
stressful.
very stressful. I had a few breakdowns, but
Yes.
the gym was good for me this week.
Yes.
So
Oh, that's good.
we're kicking on with prep, getting closer, 8 weeks out now. So
Let's go.
Yeah.
let's go.
Getting close. Crunch time.
Yeah, how was your week?
It was all right. It was good. Another week closer
week.
to finishing placement. So
1 week to go.
fuck the uni.
Exciting.
Fucking
Then you can
dogs.
actually start making money.
Yeah, I know. It's what Mum messaged me today and like asked for the money for the groceries. And she's like, "Oh, for fuck's sake! I can't wait till you start working again and stuff."
Mum, I need money.
Yeah. Oh God. But I guess we'll crack straight into
Hold
it.
on. Eric, how was your week?
Oh yes.
Are you serious?
Sorry,
Yeah, no,
just
my
left
week,
you out.
my week was good. Lara and I both came back from Perth on Tuesday? Yeah, and then so Wednesday was catching up on housework, organising stuff for the week for Limitless Nutrition and also my other business with painting. So last few days just been organising
Yeah.
stuff, really trying to get back into the swing of things,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
started back on the job site yesterday, which was lovely.
Yeah.
back
On a
the tools.
Saturday.
Yeah. The job where you're doing at the moment, I can only work on
True.
weekends.
Yeah.
True.
Well, that's
Yeah.
wild. I didn't know till yesterday that it's his painting business as well.
So you're a multi-business owner.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm the entrepreneur, as a lot
Yeah.
of people like to
Yeah.
claim.
it's
Yeah.
the buzzword.
Yeah. Please don't refer to me as that because I hate that word.
An entrepreneur.
Entrepreneur. It's,
Really?
Yeah, it's got like such a bad, I don't know, it just gives me the ick.
If you were to be
Yeah.
given a title for what you do, what would you want it to be like?
Oh, just businessman.
Businessman.
and-
Businessman.
Eric is a businessman.
businessman and tradesperson.
Yeah,
So,
fair.
yeah.
That's
Yeah,
fair.
cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Eric, I guess just give everyone just a little synopsis to yourself, a little like intro of like who you are,
Who I am.
and what you do exactly. And we've got a list of questions here we're going
We
to go
do.
through today.
That
So
was
yeah,
some good questions too.
yeah. So I guess just
Fill us in.
yeah, but give us a rundown on who you are as a person, like what you do.
Yeah, okay.
What has your gym journey been too, I suppose we'll say, like, because obviously Eric and Lara, they own a supplement store that is just, what would you, is a supplement store or would you call it a nutrition
No, it's just online supplement.
supplement
Yeah.
store? So they're obviously very big into fitness, and these
An
are
iconic
veterans
duo.
actually. How long have you been working out for?
So I started training when I was 15.
Yeah.
And I'm now 24, so I've been training for about 8 years.
Jesus.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's correct math, yeah? No, 9 years.
9.
It'll be
I was
ni-
gonna say,
sorry,
yeah.
9 years this year. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So long time, almost a decade into it, and I still feel small,
Yeah.
which is great.
It'd be like that.
Life of a natty.
Yeah, true. True.
But yes, I got into training. I guess as a lot of people, a lot of young boys do with being bullied. You know, not wanting to get bullied anymore. So I thought,
right.
I'll start going to the gym.
Yeah.
So my bullies can't pick on me anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
And then just got obsessed with it probably about when I was 17. So that 2-year period, it was like I was still going every day consistently.
Yeah.
But wasn't like falling in love with it yet. And
Yeah.
then about 17, 18, sort of that end of high school, started to really fall in love with it. Tried to do my PT course and that, but just fell off with that. Didn't end up seeing it through.
Yeah.
And just decided to stick to myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Training
fair.
hard. I've always loved being active as
Yeah.
a kid. You know, played sport and everything. But, you know, not everyone can go pro with
What-
a chosen sport.
What
yeah,
did
what
you do?
sports?
I played rugby league when I was
Yeah,
younger.
yeah.
Like, I think I stopped playing around like year 9 in school.
Yeah, right.
Just because that was when I sort of started getting more into the gym and that. And, sort of fell out with footy because the team I played for at the time was very much a superstar attitude with a lot of the other players.
Yeah.
Like, you know, not much teamwork. So
Yeah.
I fell
Yeah,
out of it
okay.
and got into something where, you know, I can just focus on what I can do
yeah.
Yeah.
to see results.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
nice. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that everyone sort of gets to a point with like team sport that, at least I felt that way, is like you want to have a bit of independency with like, I guess exercise or like working out and stuff, and then
Yeah.
like the gym is like fantastic for that. Like you get into it and it's like, well, you're responsible for everything that
That's it.
happens to you. So yeah. You are quite a strong individual, we'll say. Have you always trained like the same way from the start? Just prioritizing your
No,
3 lifts?
funnily enough, what a lot of the local people to our area would know me for training like is not how I trained when I first started.
Yeah, right.
So when I first started training, I used to only ever do sets of 10 reps or more.
Yeah.
That was just what I learnt from my dad, who got me into it to start with, and then from doing basic research when I was like 15, 16.
Yeah.
And then I met my first proper training partner when I was 17, and he introduced me more to strength training, taking compound movements a bit more seriously. And then that was sort of the same time it merged with falling in love with training, was pushing heavy on compound lifts.
Yeah.
A little bit of ego lifting, but
Yeah.
I've learned to do it responsibly now to a degree.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what you were
cool.
saying yesterday. We hit a session yesterday. We hit a leg day, Eric and I, and
Big leg day.
yeah, just got outshone. He was just, I worked up to like, I haven't squatted in like a year. I worked up to like 140 for like a 2 sets of 8 or something. It was his warm up set, and he was just like bouncing up and down with it when I was on his back. I was like, fuck.
I mean, for not squatting in over a year, 140 for a set of 8, that's good. That's a good
I'll
effort.
take it. I'll take it.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are your all time PBs with the 3? Like,
All time is 170 for bench, which I hit
recently, no?
Yeah, I think it was start of the year, maybe.
That's crazy.
Squat all time is 260, which is on and off. I can hit it every now and then.
Yeah.
All time deadlift is 280. We're talking in kilos because we're in
Obviously,
Australia
yeah,
for any
yeah.
overseas listeners.
Yeah.
Far out though.
Yeah. Shit.
Yeah, so working back towards a 280 deadlift at the moment. I was training at Morris at any time.
Yeah.
2-3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And it moved, but I didn't lock out, which was disappointing.
Oh, yeah.
But we'll get back there.
Yeah. It's 300 in your mind.
300 is the goal, is to have 300 under my belt by the end of this year.
Oh, yeah,
Wow,
nice.
yeah, okay.
But if I don't reach it, I don't reach it. It's
Yeah.
not the end of the world.
Yeah, no,
So.
that's good. I think that's the mentality you need with like the big 3s. Like
Yeah.
if you don't hit it, it's not the end of the world. Like
Yeah.
It would
yeah.
be hard though.
oh yeah, they're so
Like,
it's so
focusing on
hard
that.
to put your ego to the side. That's why I stopped
Yeah.
doing them, because I'm like, if I continue doing what I do at this rate, I'll probably end up like hurting myself somewhere down the line too. So
I have a quick question though. Have you ever considered like competing?
Yeah, I get asked this a fair bit by gym goers,
Yeah.
people in the community. It's the same with bodybuilding. I guess we'll cover the question that's on the list.
Yeah,
of
actually
if I'm
true.
ever going to compete.
Yeah.
Getting on a platform in front of people and doing the 3 compound movements doesn't do anything for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The same way getting all bronzed up and fake tan and putting on a G-string and posing in front of people doesn't do anything for me.
Yeah. Okay.
I just like being in the gym training
Yeah.
hard. You know,
Yeah,
seeing
right.
seeing other people push themselves. That's what I'm about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So even though you know you could probably take out like a title,
Oh,
You're just
100%. There'd be some
Yeah.
title in there, some like
doesn't sound
under.
I think I think I sometimes do underestimate my strength to a degree, but for my weight class, I'm very aware of how strong the people in the under 100 kilo weight class are, especially now that I'm 24. Like, I'm not 19 anymore when I probably could have done really well.
Yeah.
The guys that are, not in the juniors, I'm not 100% sure what the classes and stuff in powerlifting are called, but like the weight class of 100 kilos and not under 18, like they're phenomenally strong. Like they push crazy.
There's, I think, I heard someone online say this the best, like why now like bodybuilders and like professional like powerlifters, why are we able to why are they better than they were like 30, 40 years ago? And one big answer to that is like the pool of people doing it, like the genetic pool is so much bigger because so many more people are doing it.
Yeah.
So that's why now you just only have to go on like TikTok or Instagram and you see some like 16-year-old like benching like 180 and you're like, what the fuck? Like,
what am I meant to do?
Yeah, I struggled with the bar at 16. Like, it's insane. Especially like kids under 18.
Yeah, I think I definitely missed the window for powerlifting.
Yeah.
Doing well in powerlifting. Like if I had have got into it and took it seriously from like 17 to 20.
Yeah.
I probably could have done well in that age bracket, and then from focusing on that style of training, I'd probably still be doing well at it now.
Yeah.
But doing like that power build sort of mix of, heavy compounds and then hypertrophy training for all your accessory movements, I think I get the best of both worlds, but I'm not, excelling super well in either aspect.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Shit, what was I going to ask? I was about to say something. Oh, I'd love to see you like sub 10% body fat or something like ridiculous. Like I reckon you'd have an insane like physique. Like you do even really, really well in the like bodybuilding space too.
Yeah,
because you've been doing it for so long too. You have the like maturity on like everyone that's currently doing it.
Yeah. I think as I was discussing with you yesterday, I got down to 91 kilos last 2022, back end of 2022. And that was the lightest I'd been since, I think, 2019. So lightest I'd been in 3 years, strongest I'd been in a long time, and the best I'd looked. And then obviously getting in a serious relationship, I put on 10 kilos of what I like to call relationship weight.
Yes.
But we're slowly getting back to bringing that physique back out because I would also like to see what's under the baby fat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, girlfriends are great for that. It's like there's all the memes of like when they're like hungry or want to have something like ice cream or something, and it's just like they ask if you want some and you're like, oh no, and they're like, well, I'm not having it then either or something. They just got
you
the
have
shit.
to eat with us.
Yeah.
It's just part of your
Got
role.
to drag us down with you.
Yeah. No, it's tough. For instance, when Lara and I first met, she was just finishing a cut and I was still heavily into my 2-year, I wouldn't say cut, but very slow deficit to maintain strength but also lose that body fat.
Yeah.
So when we met and, started seeing each other, it was going out for dinners every few nights.
Dangerous.
and then started seeing each other seriously, and she wanted to start bulking again, and I was like, I've gotten to this point, I suppose I could bulk, and then that bulk went on for a bit longer than it probably should have. So
I think we have a lot of similarities here with like our relationships and that. I feel like, do you use the type that if you were say you went to like an Italian restaurant or something, you should individually get like a pasta and then you should like share like a pizza, or like you just go like full balls to the wall with it?
That is exactly what we do. Yeah.
3 meals,
Yes,
yeah.
We're the same.
Plus the entrees, yeah.
Yeah, the lot. Oh, yeah, no. Food's great, but so we
love
can't
it.
complain. I suppose seeing as you've trained so hard for so long and also balanced doing a trade. Well, and you said to me yesterday for a bit you were doing bricklaying.
Bricklaying, labouring.
Yeah. Have you ever had any like injuries at all that have like set you back, or have you been quite fortunate? Or?
Only recently, and I still am unsure of what the specific injury is or what caused it. But I've had some trouble with my hips for probably the last 6 months.
Yeah, right.
Which is why 260 squat is a very rare occasion for me at the moment.
Yeah.
But the first 8.5 years of my training, I think I can attribute to where my strength is at now.
Yeah.
I'm very lucky with injury history. I haven't had any major injury. I had like a strained hip flexor when I was 18 and I just had to take 2 weeks off training legs, but I can still train everything else.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it.
That's really good.
That is good. I think that's what a lot of people don't realize is that the goal realistically should be that you'd want to be doing this 20 years from now still, like the exact same way. If you can do that, then I think you're succeeding massively in there. So
I feel one aspect, especially in our local area, like the Hunter Valley and Newcastle, so many guys that go to the gym, and girls too. Guys are playing footy on the weekend, then they're doing 2 days a week of footy training, and girls mainly netball, a few other sports, and that they don't realise how quickly you can injure yourself in a game, and then that's going to take away from any progress that you're going to make in the gym. And it's priorities.
That's so true.
Lara's younger brother would be a testament to that. He snapped his leg when he was 18.
Shit.
And then got heavily back into the gym once it had healed, and sort of took time off footy. But now he's trying to get back into playing footy, and he's getting these niggling injuries that are affecting him in the gym. And you kind of have to pick one or the other if you want to be an athlete or if you want to be a gym bro.
Yeah, it's hard that, because I think you move away, like we said earlier, from wanting the team sports, and you sort of get into it. Everyone sort of will have a stage where they probably want to do something on their own and everything, but then you hit a stage then with the gym, at least I feel the same way, I know you do too, where then you want to like compete in something again, or like even if it's a team sport, or like you want to just actually do like a sport or something, you know, because I love it. I think it's just more your competitive drive, because I love every time I go into the gym, like it's great, and I will still continue to do it. But then, like if you want to prioritize, like you got to prioritize what's important to you. So, do you have any, or who are your like big like inspirations with like the gym and like everything? Are you a C-bum kind of guy, or like a Ronnie Coleman kind? You are a bit of a Ronnie Coleman kind of guy.
I'm a big Ronnie Coleman guy. I thoroughly believe he's the GOAT bodybuilder.
Oh yeah.
I distinguish them differently though. So like Arnie, I think made the sport.
Yeah.
Ronnie took it to a whole nother level.
Yeah.
And then I think C-bum's doing that in his own right. I feel like C-bum is very much making it mainstream and acceptable in the greater community. So it's, bodybuilding, even 5 years ago, it was very only for the people that like take the gym really seriously.
Yeah.
Like it's as popular as it is worldwide. It's not, nearly as big as soccer, basketball, any other major sport. But I feel like C-bum, with his social media presence, his business presence as well, with his branding, I feel like he's starting to bring bodybuilding into that aspect where it's going to be acceptable amongst people that aren't, gym junkies, so to speak.
That's one thing I've noticed has gotten like incredibly popular, like probably to an extent where people jump the gun on competing. I feel like they'll be 100%. In it for a year or two and they go, I'm just going to like get on stage. It's like, I don't think you understand how long some people do train and like take it seriously. Like, have you done like a serious like bulk, or have you done like a serious cut where you've tracked everything and like try to get a super, like it's completely different. I feel like when you go to compete as to just casually coming to the gym and eating more, or just, trying to track what you eat and diet a bit more. But I've noticed it massively. I don't know, unless I'm just being ignorant to it, with like women especially. Like it's such a popular space now for girls, like the whole bikini athlete scene and stuff. Like it's so big. Like I didn't even realize it's so big, to the extent where, like you said, when you go to compete in April, the day's structured around you guys going last because it's the most
an insane amount over the past couple years. Like because when I pose, I like watch the YouTube videos and like pose to them. Last year, there was like 4 different open divisions for bikini, and then you go like 2 years back and there'll be like 5 girls on stage.
Yeah.
It's just like
and then you've shown
so
me
much.
it now and it almost looks like feral. There's like 20 girls on stage at the one time. I'm like, fuck, I'd hate
It's
that.
crazy.
Be up there stressing. Like,
I know.
you'd be
Like,
on the outside and you're like, fuck.
I'm pretty sure we'll get like split into height.
Yeah.
Because like there's going to be like, obviously I'm pretty tall. So I'll be like hopefully in like a group with tall girls, and then there's going to be the shorter girls. But like that, I think that's how they split it, is based on height, I think.
Yeah.
Just to quickly circle back as to one other reason why I could never really commit to doing a bodybuilding comp prep.
Yeah.
Is the fact that it's so oversaturated now. Like, I feel like it isn't taken as seriously as what it should be.
Yeah, it's trendy. It's like, I know what you mean.
Yeah. So, and that's not to, talk down to anyone that does do it, and like anyone who is new to the gym that has decided to compete, all the credit to you.
Yeah.
Like, it is something to put your body and mind through that.
Yeah.
But I do feel like it is just oversaturated, that it's lost that specialness to it.
Yeah, yeah.
But in the same regard, if bodybuilding isn't as popular as it is, then I wouldn't be in the position to open a business that has something to do with that sport.
Yeah.
So, you know, if it was still hush-hush, it'd just be 4 big brands that, do everything for supplements and training and everything. So
No, that's actually a really good point, actually, yeah. Well, I suppose we should move into... Oh, is there anyone else? Is it mainly Ronnie that's your, like, big inspos? Do you have any other, like...
No, so my favourite bodybuilder of all time is Seth Froese.
I was going to say, I think I've seen a guy called Seth or something.
I don't know who that is.
He is the owner of Axe and Sledge Supplements, and I refer to him as my dad.
Oh, yeah.
Because, not to talk shit about my actual dad, but I wish Seth was my dad because I would have the genetics of a god then.
Yeah.
And I connect with the way he holds himself so much. Like, he is such an advocate for hard work, being an honest person, being a good person. So, and I think the way he holds himself, he is the best influence in the industry.
Yeah.
Like, as C-Bum's a lovely guy and his branding's great, but how open Seth is about just being an honest person, being hardworking. Like, I just love that.
Yeah.
So
no, that's cool. I've only seen him from stuff that you've shared.
That is Seth now, when I think he is about 39 years old now and has been retired for 10 years.
Yeah, wow.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Yeah, jeez.
Yep.
He's got massive arms. Jesus Christ.
So I try not, with our business, I don't want to be like a lot of other businesses are that push a particular brand.
Yeah.
So for anyone that doesn't know or hasn't looked at our website, we don't make our own products. We're a retail store. We bring in other brands and we resell them to our customers. But I never wanted to be the type of business that pushes any one particular individual brand.
Yeah.
I very much want to talk to our customers, whether they're sending us a message or using the live chat on the website, and figure out what supplement is actually best for their goals and their needs, regardless of branding.
Yeah.
But Axe and Sledge's brand, that is my favourite brand. I believe in all their products wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
There are a few things with their brand that I would swap out for another brand's products.
Yeah.
But as a whole, I think they're the best brand in the industry for everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right. It's one that I've not heard too much about, Axe and Sledge. I've only ever had one of their pre's. I was saying to you yesterday. I'd never really seen it in like an ASN or like other supplement store. Yeah. Then I went in there and they'd only really, like, they didn't have much else other than the Axe and Sledge. But it was a really good pre when I had it, I remember. Yeah.
So the reason it isn't as popular as it should be here is obviously it is an American brand.
Yeah.
So the national supplier for that brand, we had trouble getting in contact with, and then I found out they no longer actually carry Axe and Sledge products. So I actually had to get in contact with Axe and Sledge directly, which took like 6 months.
Yeah.
To then order their products in from them directly from the States. So rather than the distributor ordering it in from the States and then we order it off the distributor, I went to them directly. So that's how I was able to get a hold of it. So
Yeah, right.
So yeah.
Well, now that we're on the topic of it, Limitless Nutrition, what led you to wanting to start this whole business, and what led you wanting to start your own like supplement store?
Yes, so it's wasn't ever like my childhood dream or like, you know, a big goal of mine until 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah.
You know, after seeing what supplements could do for me alongside proper diet and proper training, keywords there, supplements aren't going to work for you if you aren't getting the proper nutrition and training properly.
100%.
They're called a supplement for a reason. They're to supplement those things.
Yeah, nice. Yeah.
Yeah, after seeing what it could do for me, I was like, man, it would be so cool to like own a business where I can showcase that to other people and help them with the same thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was the reason why I started the business. Yeah. Or wanted to start the business. Yeah.
No, I love it because it's so like niche too. Like who's going out and like starting like a supplement like store or like chain? Like normally when people get to a certain stage with like working out or whatever, they will start maybe coaching or like PTing or something. But then it's just like, it's like the complete opposite way. It's just like, I'm going to start like a fucking supplement store. It's like, holy shit.
Yeah. Yeah. It was a pretty big commitment and step, but it's definitely, it will be worth it in the long run. And already it's very gratifying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh God, it would be great. I can't imagine like starting your own business and then like watching it grow from like the start of it all the way to what it like could become or like, you know, will end up becoming, you know.
Yeah. Oh, I don't think Lara did, but yeah, if you had got a photo or a video of my face when like our first round of stock arrived and I unboxed it all, you couldn't have wiped the smile off my face. Yeah, it was great.
Be hard not to like just like oh, I've got all these supplements now.
No.
You mentioned a little bit yesterday and when we spoke a few weeks back as well. What was the whole process with it? You said it was it's been how long? Like 3 years in the works?
Yeah, so it's been in about 2021. I decided I was going to franchise a store.
Yeah,
with another brand that I can't name for legal reasons.
Yeah.
So from that point, I started working as a painter 7 days a week, like busting ass.
Yeah.
Saving money to be able to afford to do that. Got into business with the wrong people, unfortunately, which dragged the process out for about another 1.5 to 2 years. I had to take legal action with them to recoup some funding.
Yeah.
To which I sort of said, you know, fuck it, I'll do it myself.
Yeah.
So and now we're here with an online store.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Limitless Nutrition. Why the name? Why the name? And what sort of is there much of a story behind the name or the?
So we actually, I had in my head, because before I decided to franchise, like I was thinking of doing something myself, but like obviously didn't know how to go about it.
Yeah.
And how much it would cost and et cetera. And 17, 18-year-old Eric, you know, didn't have any money.
Yeah.
But I actually came up with the slogan first. I had a few other names in mind. I can't even remember any of them now, but I came up with the slogan first because I was like, oh, that's a pretty catchy slogan, like the tongue pretty well, and it has everything to do with the gym pretty much. And then it also sort of embodies how I like to train, you know, especially around compound movements and that. Like I'm always trying to go heavier, do one more rep, one more set.
Yeah.
And then from that, I tried to come up with a name that was going to stick with it, and I was like, we'll push the limit. You know, if we extend that a little bit, Limitless Nutrition.
Yeah.
You know,
makes sense.
Yeah. It's limitless what you can do if you put your mind to it.
Yeah.
So.
No, that's good. I reckon I'd find that the hardest part, and the part I'd put all my energy in if I was opening a business is like the design and the name and Is the lightning just like a nice little extra touch or?
The lightning, funnily enough, so the bolt that's in the center of the logo.
Yeah.
That was I put the name and slogan into a business name logo generator on Google.
Yeah.
And it actually spat out a lightning bolt.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's actually really cool.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen any businesses incorporating, especially in the gym community aspect of things, I haven't seen any businesses incorporating lightning into anything. And so I rolled with it, and then our wonderful graphic designer, Angelique, she made the actual logo naming look a lot cooler than what it is.
Yeah.
And then she has done that lightning effect for us on the home screen of the web page as well.
Yeah,
so
sick.
cool.
Yeah.
Shout out to, what was her name?
Angelique. I can't think of her last name right now, and I feel horrible for
Did she help design the pump covers as well?
She is our designer for our clothing as well. Her Instagram is AngelF_designs.
Oh, I think she
Yeah,
follows
yeah.
us. Yeah.
So she is our wonderful graphic designer. She does a great job.
Yeah, she does
She
a
does, doesn't she?
fantastic
Yeah.
job. I still remember when you were starting this, and I saw the shirts. I was like, this is like good. I was
Yeah.
like, holy shit! Like the one with the like tiger on it or whatever
That's
is sick.
sick,
Yeah.
yeah.
That was a team effort between Lara and I. She came up with the design that's on the back of it with the tiger.
Yeah.
And then I came up with what I like to call the badge design that's on the front, which
Yeah.
is the 3 logo, slogan, and then the little tiger face mascot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
that's super
they're,
cool.
They're actually really cool. I still remember it when, it came out, and I was like, oh, I need one of these. Like, this is sick. Do you want to ask? Do you want the list? Here you go.
Yeah.
I'll let you.
Sorry, I don't mean to be so quiet.
That's
I'm
all
just like
There you go.
fighting for my life right now. Trying to stay awake.
Try not to
Oh,
fall
wait.
asleep.
She has narcolepsy, everyone.
She's
Shut
a
up,
narc. She's a
Lewis.
narc.
She's a narc.
That is so rude. What have we asked? Oh, yes. All right. I have a question for you.
Yep.
What would you say has been the hardest part about starting Limitless Nutrition, like being a business owner?
The hardest part about starting all this was the legal trouble I had to go through.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That's the hardest thing, but I suppose that isn't really to do with the business side of things. That was the biggest hurdle to get over. The hardest part, the business side of things, is really just getting our name out there.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's why if you've seen our business Instagram reacting, liking
Yeah.
any of your content,
Yep.
spamming you, that is why we're just trying to grow our community and get a customer base of lovely people that, want to support us so we can
Yeah.
support them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that like your main marketing? Sorry, is that like your main marketing strategy?
Yeah, we have done like paid advertising through social media and that,
Yep.
but I felt like for what we were paying, it wasn't returning
Literally.
as
No,
much as I
is
would
that
like.
is that just through like you
That was-
you can
that
like
was just
sponsor your
through-
reels
yeah,
and
that,
stuff?
That
Like
was
an
just
ad,
through
yeah.
Instagram and
Yeah.
Facebook
It's
advertising.
pretty shit.
It is shit because
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think that works that well, especially if you wanted to like get it to push to like hundreds of thousands. It's like thousands of dollars to do it.
I think I paid $800 over a span of
Shit.
about 4 weeks for one of the promo reels before we actually launched.
Yeah.
And it only brought in maybe an extra 1,500 views.
Yeah.
Maybe an extra 25 to 30 likes. Didn't bring in any
Yeah.
new followers.
No.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I was like, oh, $800.
Yeah. I reckon they're
Kinda wasted.
Yeah, they're rubbish. I reckon, and
Yeah.
I guess it just shows you can't sort of buy your way like out of it. Essentially, like
yeah.
getting organic engagement and stuff. It's funny enough that we're talking about the engagement side of things because you got advice from an online coach with how to grow your business and stuff, and the things that she was saying to help was like you need to be engaging and you need to like
Be messaging,
commenting
interacting, yeah.
and everything.
Yeah.
And so this week I've tried to like comment on a heap. I'll go into the reels on Instagram and we'll just scroll there and just like and then like comment and stuff. But part of me like hates doing it because I only would ever comment on things that I was like, I genuinely want to support or like give, like nice feedback to this person or like there was like a draw to do it. But then now I do it and I'm sitting there thinking I'm only doing it because it's supposed to benefit me somehow.
yeah.
I'm like, this just makes it even more fake. Like obviously we know how fake the whole app and account, like everything is with like being on Instagram or just social media. But then this whole forcing comments and stuff, it just seems so just shit. Like I've seen people's posts and stuff, and I sat there and was confused. It's like these verified accounts and like real people with like a fair amount of following and like everything going on to like people we know's like comment section and just like commenting, but that was some of the most like NPC comments and that it almost seemed botted.
A lot of those bigger accounts just pay a social media manager to go and like they'll pay a service to go on. They get access to their account and they just spam comment stuff.
Yeah, it's just like I don't know. It just that ruins the whole like concept of it and what like being authentic. It's just at that point then people wanting to just be like
it's almost a backhanded compliment.
Yeah,
like,
really.
With the comment, like you're just commenting, so I click on your profile and interact with you.
Yeah,
you're not actually supporting.
It's all a strategy.
It's the same as the people that will go through and follow you, and then like once they've followed you back, they unfollow you. And I think how sad you sitting there on your phone waiting for that shit, and then you do. A guy did it to me this week, and it pissed me off.
2013 Instagram follow for a follow.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I hate it, but like. I am trying to be authentic with stuff that I comment. Like I'm not making shit up when I comment. And I'm trying when I do make these comments to not just be like, oh, keep at it, King, or like, like just spam emojis or something that just is super NPC. Like it's just,
interact,
I try and but it's more exhausting doing it that way. I'm like, at the end of the day, I could just fucking comment a crown emoji and be done with it or like onto the next. But it's just shit. I don't like it. I don't like that we've got to be like fake. I just feel like a fraud a bit,
Have you done much else in terms of like advertising and marketing outside of socials?
Yeah, so we've done a few. I've reached out to a few local gyms, and we've done a few taste tests.
Did you go Foster? Or was it?
Yeah, we headed up to the Anytime Fitness at Foster. Yeah. And then we also did one at Snap Fitness at Jesmond.
Yeah.
We actually did Anytime Fitness in Foster's open day. For them, so we went up there and did that, and then Snap Fitness at Jesmond, which was really good.
I'm curious, are gyms like, do they have supplement sponsors? Because you know how like Raymond Terrace, they sell subs.
Yep.
And I think they're in like cohorts because you always see.
You'll see the girls like post on their story with like
subs. Are gyms sponsored by like subs? Do you know?
So I know the Terrace, they wholesale products from Best Body.
Yeah. Sorry, I was like awkwardly not saying Best Body because I was like, can I like say like other brands' names?
No. So they wholesale off them, and then for instance, Foster, Anytime, they do the same thing. They have subs for sale. Yeah. They get it in just from a distributor like I would.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So they source it like just themselves. Okay. So, but if you were to like say, oh, hey, like, would you is there opportunity for you to then step in and be like, can we distribute?
We're actually in talks with Foster Anytime at the moment to wholesale with them.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Which is cool, but it just depends cost. It's got to be a good deal for them too. It can't just be a good deal for us.
Yeah.
So we'll see with that. But I think we may be popping back up there this coming Thursday to do another testing.
Is it a case of you share the commission on the sale?
No, so they would just buy it from me at a discounted rate.
Okay.
Discounted
I get
retail price.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Oh, that's interesting because I've wondered that because you do see like supplement stores getting their like foot into gyms and things like that, and then they do the taste tests and everything. Yeah, I didn't know that.
I mean, I'm waiting to hear back from the lovely manager at the Terrace, Jaden. If I can come in and do it testing. We're just seeing what day is available.
Yeah.
And we'll be there.
Which would be good
because it's a lot of the people that like to, at the moment this is a bit of a side hustle to my painting business.
Yeah.
But I would like it to take over and be my main source of income, and I can just go paint on the side when I want to.
Yeah.
But as much as I want it to make all the money in the world, because who doesn't want to be financially free?
Yeah.
I'm more aiming. I want to build a strong community of like-minded people.
Yeah.
Just people that are hardworking. Spending their hard-earned money on products that I know are going to work for them.
Yeah.
I don't want to just force feed people. Whatever's getting me the best profit margin.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
That's good. I think a lot of big supplement stores fail to do that 100%.
So important to have like values.
Yeah. So very, because I was once, the 16, 17-year-old kid that had no idea about anything, going in with my little bit of money that I'd earned from working at being a dish pig at the local restaurant. Yeah. Trying to get, the new pre-workout, a new protein powder, and, I didn't necessarily know, there wasn't nearly as much information on sups even back then.
Yeah.
That there is now. So, I was just trusting the person behind the counter at the store. Yeah. Trying to get the best product. And most of the time I did, but there were a lot of times after I had started to know, they'd suggest a product and I knew that product wasn't what I needed. Yeah. It might be what someone else needs, but it's not what I need. Yeah. And, they're just trying to sell you whatever gets them the biggest profit margin. It's disappointing, but, it is what it is. It's business at the end of the day.
Yeah. Would you ever want to come out with your own line of sups down the line?
It's something I'd definitely be interested in. The only problem with that is then you become like a lot of the bigger brands that are out there where they have their in-house supplement and that's all they push.
Yeah. True.
So if we were to go down that road, I'd probably, look to dissolve the retail aspect and just be a supplement maker, I suppose would be the terminology.
Yeah, like manufacturer or something.
Yeah. So if we end up going down that road, that would be something really cool to do, but it's not the goal at the moment, because I like having, I like using a pre from Max and Sledge, a protein from Primabolics, an amino acid from Faction Labs, because, not every brand has the perfect product in every line. Some brands fall short on some things, some brands do really well at other things. It's just, it is what it is. You can't be perfect in everything. So I'm very much, I like variety. I like trying new products. So,
yeah, that's cool.
That is good. What's been the most, so far the best part of having done this? What's been the most rewarding part, would you say, you've experienced?
It's tough. I would say the most fun I've had so far has been the couple of taste testings we've done at gyms.
Yeah.
And just displaying our brand, chatting to people, that don't know me personally, because most of our customer base at the moment are people that know me or Lara personally through the local community, but stretching out into those areas, Snap Fitness at Jesmond only just opened. Yeah. And obviously, being such a large area for students at the university, at the Newcastle University and stuff. There's a lot of people at Snap Fitness that I would never meet, training at the 5 or 6 gyms that I tend to stick to. Just meeting new people, chatting all things training, chatting sups, it's great.
Yeah, that'd be super cool. This is one for the audience more so. For anybody wanting to know, what does it take to become a Limitless Nutrition athlete? What do you look for in your athletes?
So we're, again, trying to go against what the big brands do. You don't have to have a huge social media following for us to notice you. We just want to see either, really cool content being put out there or you training your ass off and being a genuine person. Where a lot of our athletes that we have on currently, they don't have the biggest social media following in the world. They're just genuine people that train hard. That's our whole branding, is just being genuine people that train hard and push the limit in everything they do.
No, I love that, because you hear it so often. I used to listen to the 9 to 5 fitness podcast, like the Anabolic Gabe one, and they used to say, if you want to be part of the 9 to 5 fitness team, you need at least 5,000 followers. And I can understand, obviously at the end of the day, if you got more reach, it's going to be more beneficial for them. But then again, you can take the step back and look and go, well, they don't give a fuck about you as a person. They're just looking at you as a profit, essentially.
Yeah, I totally agree with that, because my own personal experience, I've been trying to do the whole social media gym influencer thing for 5 years.
It's hard, hey?
I have 1,600 followers. I don't have 20,000 followers, to support this off the bat. I'm trying to build it myself. And if you go for people that are just after your social media following, then what do you think is going to happen when the next brand offers them something?
Yeah.
You know, we're trying to build, especially within our team Limitless athletes, we're trying to build that loyalty with them. So as we grow, they'll grow.
Yeah. 100%.
That's so cool. I love that.
Yeah. What was I going to say?
Do you want this?
Oh, yeah, I'll take that.
Also, a big thing is make a purchase. Don't just hit us up for free stuff.
Yeah.
As some people
Probably a good
already
idea.
have done.
Yeah.
So.
And the whole like, because I've been really trying to like crack down on like trying to grow a bit more recently, like pulling my finger out of my ass, I suppose. The more I look into things like reels and stuff now, I hate the community online with like the gym. It's a very small percentage that are like authentic and genuinely trying to do stuff. There's all these other, a lot of them are younger like guys as well, but just people in general that are doing the like crap content on Instagram where it's like, oh, like I told my girlfriend's mum I was fucking Instagram famous. You've got 24 hours to help me out. It's just like it's just to help bait followers and stuff, or like bait likes and shit. But it's about 80% of the reels I see now, and I just think, fuck, like that's just shit.
I mean, I don't scroll Instagram reels that often. I usually, if I see an Instagram reel, it's because it's from a page I follow.
Yeah.
But, and my TikTok feed is clogged up with just cat and dog videos and the odd dark humor meme. Like that's my feed. So I don't see a lot of it, but I try to stay away from it for my sake. Otherwise, I'll get on gear and become a monster.
That's true. That's true. And that's the whole other aspect too. There's people that push these like agendas and aren't even telling you the whole story of it. But yeah, no, I hate a lack of like creativity with like people when they post content. I can understand trends sometimes, like you know, you got to do them, and sure, like you've taken advantage of a situation, but you know, just I've seen there was like a guy I follow that's from Australia that's pretty funny, and he does well, and I love seeing people that do well in the gym space that aren't necessarily like just like posting thirst traps to their physique all the time and stuff, and aren't the biggest
actually
people.
Have a
like they're entertaining and like they're clever, and it just I like love that sort of like style of content. That's why I try and like use that a little bit, because at the end of the day, like I seem to think, well, I've not got the best physique to show off all the time and stuff. Well, I'd rather be relatable and like entertaining or something. And I was scrolling through reels, and I remember he had this one about like, it was something about like how many chickens have died for me to look mid in a shirt or something. And I scrolled through it, and coincidentally I found a guy with the exact same caption, and this was months after he'd posted it, and I tagged the guy in it, and I was like, you got to give him credit, like surely. And he even replied and was like, oh, they're just hopping on my trend. Like, it's just like far out. Like, because I'm like, maybe if you just coincidentally thought of it, but it was literally the exact same wording of it. I was like,
no, there was one, especially within the fitness community, that was going around like a trendy reel. Everyone was posting it. It was to do with like their caffeine addiction. Yeah. Like, you know, of course I've got a caffeine addiction.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, it's content at the end of the day, but like, you got to try and find your niche and be original.
True,
yeah, that's why I loved, like, at this time, like, people like Bruce Wang. Do you remember Bruce Wang? When, you know, the Asian... Yeah. And he was just funny. Like, he was just, like... And it was... I just, like, love shit like that. People make, like, an effort to just be entertaining. It doesn't have to be funny, but just, like, you know, give a bit more than just, like... Oh, like, here are my abs for a 30-second reel with, like, some hardstyle song playing or some shit.
Yeah, that's why... You know? I love one of our athletes, Jack Sawyer. He
Jack Memes is
he's the admin.
He's
Jack
a goat.
Memes.
Yeah,
he's the OG meme page.
Meme page. Yeah,
100%. His content for his meme page is just him, you know, just being an idiot and just being, you know, funny.
I love it. Yeah,
and then his personal page is just him. You know, training hard, lifting stupid weight. Yeah. Like I saw he hit 310 on deadlift, 310 kilos on deadlift the other day. Yeah. And every time I see it, I show Lara, and I was like, it's just ridiculous. Yeah. Like, he's younger than me. I think he's 22, 23.
Oh, what?
Wow.
Yeah.
I would not have picked that.
Like, dude's a monster. Yeah.
Do you know him, like, personally?
No, not personally. I'd love to... One of our goals for our next merch release is our athletes that we have on now. Obviously, we'll be doing promotional content with them wearing our shirts. But I'd love to get our athletes that live a bit further away in for to shoot it all. And he lives in I believe it's Albury, which is down near the border of Victoria.
Oh, okay.
So a bit of a trek for him to get here. But if he was able to make it, it'd be awesome because we've got him in Albury. We've got one of our other athletes, Jordan. He's from Tasmania.
Yeah.
One of our newest athletes, Hannah. She's from Hervey Bay in Queensland.
Yeah.
And we've also got Lauren Kavanagh, who is in Rockhampton, I think, in Queensland.
So like everywhere, really scattered.
Yeah, so we spread out and we tried to do that, sort of intentionally. So we're not just, putting people on in our local area and then it's only advertising in that local area. But yeah, so we'd love to get them all together for some content, which would be sick.
That will be good. That's one thing I think is the hardest part with like networking with things like this in Australia is that everyone lives fucking hours away from each other. Like there's people I want to like get on here. They live in Victoria, like they live in Melbourne or they live in the Gold Coast or something. And it's just like, fuck.
Yeah, well, the Gold Coast especially, like that's like the hub.
The Mecca,
for influencer content.
Yeah, I'm like, I kind of want to like move up there for a bit. I know it's just like full. I've just gone on about fake people for a half hour.
Itself,
yeah, it's just full of them.
Lewis is going to move to the Gold Coast and start an OnlyFans.
Yeah. True. I might start stripping or something. No, yeah, but it's I think that's why like the Australian fitness community is like it's growing, but we struggle. I feel like people struggle to network here as well. More so just simply because of how big everything is. Like if someone's in Perth, I don't think people realize the distance that is from like the East Coast to the West Coast. And like in America, I get you could argue the same thing, but no, everyone just huddles in the like either LA, like Houston or like
New York.
Oh, New York.
Florida.
Florida or something. They're just stuck there. So like you're going to end up in like one of the big ones if you want to network.
Not even that. Like for networking, especially over in the States, the sheer amount of people that are over there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like LA, for instance, I think their population is estimated to be like 3 million people.
Yeah.
But I've heard people talk about LA's population is greater than Australia's total population because of the amount of homeless people.
Yeah, shit. Wow. I know New York's...
Or illegal immigrants.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I know New York's is bigger than our entire country's population.
Which is
in
crazy.
State. Yeah, it's so ridiculous.
Because I was talking about it with Lara the other day. I can't think of his name. He either used to be or still is a Muscle Nation athlete.
Yeah.
But he also is now the owner of it's pronounced Honest Health, but it's spelt One Set Health.
Oh, okay.
They're a relatively new brand that's come out, but he's Australian. But he was very smart in the way he did things. He took his brand over to America and he launched it in America because there's more supplement stores in Texas alone than there is in all of Australia.
Jesus Christ.
So you only have to, distribute to one state in that country.
Yeah.
And you're doing better than any brand that's Australian.
Shit, that's crazy.
That's insane.
So like for networking, like if there was, for instance, Newcastle, I think our population's like, 150,000 maybe.
I think we're at 300 now. Are we not? I thought we were quite high.
Yeah,
300,000. Is it?
I have no
Something.
idea.
No idea. I don't pay attention to that. But like, imagine if Newcastle had, 800,000 to 1 million people.
Yeah.
And then you look at the percentages of the amount of that would be, trying to do influencing, trying to put out content. It'd be so much easier to link up with people and collaborate.
Yeah.
So.
Speaking of America, actually, yous have got a trip to America coming up, don't yous?
Big one, yeah.
When's that?
The end of October. We're going over for 5 weeks.
Oh,
shit! And whereabouts are yous like going?
So we're gonna do the West Coast. So we're gonna do LA, San Fran, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Go to Venice Beach.
Oh my god.
hopefully see Arnold.
Oh, true. Yeah. And you're gonna try and work out at the like. Do you go in there actually?
Yeah. You can go into Muscle Beach. Yeah.
Is it a Gold's there? Is that what it is at Venice Beach?
So Muscle Beach is separate. That's like the
the outside one?
section.
Yeah.
And then Gold's gym at Venice is the original Gold's gym.
Yeah.
I think it's something stupid like $50 Australian to get the visiting pass.
Wow.
But you got to do it.
Yeah,
you got to. Yeah.
It's iconic. Yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to do California, and then we plan on driving inland to do Vegas.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not a big party animal, but, you have to.
Got to send it every now and then, yeah.
I don't like to lose money.
Oh, my God,
it's
I
my least
understand
favourite
that.
thing in the world, but we'll hit the casinos.
Yeah.
And then from there, on the way to Vegas, or from Vegas to Texas, I'm getting my American geography mixed up. We're gonna stop and do Grand Canyon, all that touristy stuff, and then go on through to Texas and hit up all the
Alpha Land,
all the amazing gyms that are in Texas.
Are you actually going to do that? Like go to
Alpha Land?
Wow.
Yeah. Eric will be at like one of the biggest and best gyms in the world. This is what he told me yesterday. But he will be like, it's not as good as as an Anytime because there's no hammer strength machines or something.
Well, as I was saying, I've acclimated after training at Anytime Fitness. I know it's a commercial gym, whatever.
Yeah.
Shut up, it's 24/7, and it was always close to whatever job site I was on. I've become acclimated to hammer strength, like just the equipment and that they have in there. So like I'll go to, something that's considered like an old school hardcore gym, and I'm like, this equipment's not comfortable. Everything feels funny.
Yeah.
It's just you got to do what's comfortable for you. But we'll go to those bigger gyms in the States. I feel like they'll probably be just as good as a local Anytime in Newcastle. Yeah. Hopefully.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
And then,
I wonder if you'll see many people, like influencers.
You more than likely will.
Yeah.
Well, the one I'm most excited to go to actually isn't Gold's. Like, obviously, you have to go to Gold's for, like, the culture. Yeah. But I'm most excited to go to the Dragon's Lair in Vegas, which is Flex Lewis's gym. If anyone doesn't know who Flex Lewis is, he's I believe he's 8-time winner of the 212 division for the Mr. Olympia.
Mr. Olympia, yeah.
Yeah,
we follow him on Instagram.
He's the Welsh guy.
Yes, yeah.
So he's got a bit of a funny accent, but that's like almost the new mecca of bodybuilding in the States. So that's where like everyone goes around Mr. Olympia time to like get their last few workouts and stuff in.
Oh, and you will be there when you say like
we're going at the end of October.
Oh well, when's the Olympia again? November, isn't it? December.
I'm pretty sure it's October.
Yeah, well then you might.
Because the Arnold's in Ohio is on at the moment. I believe. And then I think it's October because they swapped. It got all messy the schedule because of COVID, obviously, like everything. But yeah, it usually is in October. It's just whether or not it's start, middle, or the end when we're there. But we've sort of scheduled our trip to go over for when the start of the NBA season is. And
true.
Sort of
you are an NBA fan, aren't you?
I am an NBA fan. Yes. I'm an American sports fan, to be honest.
Yeah.
I've sort of grown out of NRL and AFL and Australian sports. Yeah. I'll still watch State of Origin and watch the grand final and watch every odd
it's like
Friday
a pagan,
night
you're
game.
the pagan like NRL supporter. That's what I'm like too. I'm like diehard Warriors fan, but I'm like, I watched probably 2 of their games last year. I reckon, like, they were the finals or something.
So, big NBA fan. I've gotten super into the NFL like the last 2 years. So we sort of aligned the trip to go over for the start of the NBA season and sort of the
start of the NFL too, isn't it?
Mid of the NFL season. So I think the NFL season is September through to January. And then the NBA regular season is end of October through to like early April. And then they have the playoffs and everything.
Wow, shit. Is it like a business trip, or are you saying it more as like is it a mix of business and like pleasure? Like
for tax purposes, it's a business trip.
Oh yeah.
And stuff, our clothing that we'll be taking a few items over to promote. Over there,
100%.
I don't think we'd get to the point where we're doing international shipping to the States.
That'd be
unless
tough.
someone's making a huge order, but it's just shipping rates and stuff. It's tricky
Crazy.
to work out. So, but it'll be cool to get us wearing our merchandise in those really sick bodybuilding gyms.
100%. You'll have to go over when you're in a surplus of some sorts and when eating bulkers. Surely,
I think we're going over like towards the end of our cut. So
that'll be perfect.
Rewarding.
You'll go in being all shredded.
Go in, come back 5 weeks later, like just back to square one.
Probably estimating I'll put on like 8 kilos.
Oh, 100%.
In the 5 weeks that we're over there.
So. We surprisingly, when Grace and I went over for 3 weeks to Europe, we came back lighter. I don't know how that worked.
We walked so much.
I think. Yeah.
See, I feel Europe's definitely like that. You can walk.
Yeah.
Do so much walking, but with America being so spread out.
Yeah.
We're driving while we're there, so there's probably not going to be as much walking.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You have to hit up like a Raisin Canes or some shit. Get a caniac combo.
Anything.
I'm super keen to try In-N-Out.
In-N-Out.
In-N-Out. You get an In-N-Out.
And
Wingstop.
Five
Guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
We had a Five Guys in Dubai.
Guys,
I think that's a bit of a cop out. You have to get, I think, American fast food in America for it to be legit.
Different. I want to go and try like McDonald's and KFC in America just to see what the difference is.
Yeah.
And see what the serving size differences
I'm pretty sure
the serving sizes are
crazy.
nuts.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure our KFC shits all over theirs. Like I know it's not popular with
right.
because they've got like Popeyes as well and like Chick-fil-A and all that. But if you go to Macca's, you got to get the breakfast. Was it the McGriddle or something? It's like the breakfast. It's like getting a McMuffin here, but the muffins are like pancakes infused with like maple syrup or something.
Though.
Yeah. It's called a McGriddle. Yeah, it's like they're pancake like bun things. Yeah. Oh.
Trust America to do that.
Yeah. If we went over to America now, I'd be concerned for our health if we came back.
God.
Like, Grace has already got like a 2-page list of food she's going to eat after her show.
I could just eat forever.
I reckon we...
Have you got like the brownie slab ordered for when you come off stage?
Oh, yeah.
Not yet. I'm gonna...
You have to get it gluten-free.
Yeah. See, I'm going to get everything
right,
gluten-free. It's shit ass. But... No, I'm going to have like a stash. I haven't started it yet though because I know I'm the sort of person that my coach will be like, oh, you can have a refeed and I'll just like hook into that.
Yeah,
so like I can't buy anything yet. But
just when you do come off stage, don't blow out crazy.
No, I won't. I have to be really careful.
Because a lot of people make that mistake and they screw their hormones.
Yeah.
So, because being, so depleted and then putting all that food back into you, your body can't handle it. It'll throw everything out. Especially being a female, female hormones are crazy enough as it is.
Yeah, that's right. So. No, I'm pretty aware of that. Something I'm going to keep like a real close eye on.
Yeah.
But yeah, no.
When we had Hamish on, I remember him saying after his show, he got cellulitis in his legs and it was like really bad.
Because of how much shit he ate afterwards.
Yeah. I knew a guy who competed. He did an IFBB show and he ate something like 10,000 calories from coming off stage until the next night. Yeah. And his hormones were out of whack for a year afterwards.
Shit.
Wow.
Yeah. Like test levels were through the floor. Increased estrogen. Just not good.
Jeez. Yeah. I guess that's why you got your coach at the end of the day. So
it's going to be an interesting journey.
It will be. But no, that trip sounds insane.
That's going to be so cool.
I think America is like, I'd love to go. I've been a couple times with mum and dad, but I'd love to go like on my own or like with Grace, like there now and like go to like the gyms and stuff and then eat all the food and
it's definitely my dream holiday destination. I've been wanting to go there since I was like 13, 14. There was a period of time I was like, I'll go move and live in America. I don't think I would now, but have to go over there, for an extended period of time, do it properly. And maybe go back in the future.
Yeah, cool. So keep an eye out on both your socials.
Yeah.
We'll get a glimpse of the America trip.
Yeah, 100%. I think one thing we found hard when we went overseas, we were going to be like, oh, let's like just get heaps of good content because you're overseas, but we got to the point where we were over there and we're kind of like, I kind of want to just enjoy it. Yeah.
I think we were because we went to Thailand the middle of last year, and we sort of were thinking that as well. And then we got there and we were like, let's just relax.
Yeah, for sure.
I think we like unless we were taking photos of us like as a couple, you know, going and doing like the island tours and stuff that you can do in Thailand. We were like hardly on our phones.
Yeah, no, that's what you
And
want.
it was so it was so refreshing.
Yeah.
You know, like the hotel had Wi-Fi, but like obviously when we went out and went exploring and that, we didn't get a SIM card, so we still had
neither did we.
So we still had data or anything, and we just relaxed, and it was so refreshing just to not be like have to be on socials all the time.
Yeah,
like even now, like especially running the business and that, like I sort of lose awareness of how much I'm on my phone, especially at home.
Yeah.
And even Lara has to like sometimes slap me over the head and say that's enough. Like, you know, just relax now. It's 7 o'clock at night. It's time to chill.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we fall into that habit too sometimes. I coincidentally vlogged like a lot of the trip. I mean, I've not posted anything about it. Like maybe one day if I'm bothered. Like it's all on my phone. It's like taking up half the storage
For the cloud.
Yeah. Just to reminisce, I suppose.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's that's on our bucket list to go back or go to America would be great. So we'll have to get you on after your trip, I reckon, and then you can just debrief the whole 5 weeks.
Like, tell us all about the gyms and stuff. Yeah,
just make us incredibly hungry as well. Talking about the food.
We're sort of leaving it open ended to go back. So we're not doing any of the East Coast.
Yeah, okay.
We're just doing the West Coast to Texas.
Yeah.
So we're leaving the East Coast, so like we have an excuse to go back.
Yeah.
It's like, we got to go see like New York and Florida.
Yeah.
And all that. Yeah.
That's fair. New York's insane. I've been there luckily twice now, and we stayed right in the heart of Times Square, and it's like it's unreal. Well, I actually don't think we have any more questions to run through, like main questions. We've actually run through everything.
Yeah, no, that was really good.
Done really well. See, I knew you wanted to see the questions. I was like, that's fair enough. Like, we'll give you a glimpse of what we're going to ask.
I just didn't want to come on here and
start it. Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
I just wanted to make it a clear answer.
No, that's fair. But yeah, it runs. Hopefully, you felt that it's ran sort of just like a conversation.
Yeah. It's been good.
All right, we have some, but to end, rapid fire questions. Do you want to ask them, Grace?
Yes, I'll ask them.
All right, cool.
Okay. These are questions we'll ask, and you'll have like 3 seconds. To
You've just got to answer them. You just got to go.
Can I ask a clarifying question without making any? Oh, you ask the question first, and then I'll clarify.
So the first rapid fire is, what food would you make 0 calories if you could?
Okay, so my clarifying question with that is that cuisine or like an individual meal?
Ooh, we'll do both. What's an individual meal that you would want?
Okay,
and then,
individual meal for me would be an enchilada from Guzman and Gomez.
Yeah.
If I could make that 0 calories and free, I'd live off it.
Yeah.
Fair. I've never had an enchilada. I'm not even gonna lie, but
from Guzman, that's a bit of a out there one. Sort of everyone gets either a bowl or like nacho fries.
Enchiladas literally like last week.
No, I said who gets the quesadillas and who gets salads from Guzman and stuff.
Yeah.
Really?
Eric does
the quesadillas. If you're not after a big meal, slap.
Yeah, okay,
so
that's
good.
fair.
Because it's like a Mexican toasted sandwich.
Yeah, true.
Like at the expense of sounding ignorant. An ignorant white boy saying, Mexican toasted sandwich.
We've got like Juan over in Mexico right now kicking his fucking wall.
And if it was cuisine, I'd go Italian.
Yes.
If I could make Italian food 0 calories,
100%.
I feel like that'd be a lot of people's answer for Italian food.
Italian's very popular.
Actually, let's ask Lara as well.
Yeah.
Lara, hop in. You swap. And I'll let you ask on my.
Yeah,
that's.
Do you wanna hop in?
Sure.
All right. Okay.
Lara, everyone. Woo!
This is my beautiful, beautiful girlfriend.
And now you can slot right next to Eric, so you'll be in shot as well.
Do you want me to just? How about you just ask the question?
No. You ask him.
Okay.
I want you to ask him.
All right. Well, I need your headphones.
Just got to adjust it.
Well, I don't know how.
Yeah.
All right.
Sounds so different with the headphones
How cool
on.
does it sound? It's pretty cool. Guys, Lara's in now. All right.
Lara's in.
So wait, read the first question again.
Yeah. Okay. So Lara, what food would you make 0 calories if you could? Individual meal and then cuisine.
Oh, pizza, 100%.
Fair.
100%.
It's crazy how calorie dense.
Choice.
Pizza is so calorie dense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Especially
So
from
easy to
crust.
make though.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, I'd live off that, and then Italian cuisine as well.
Yeah, being Italian, that fits. Yeah.
Who? Are you
Me.
Italian?
I don't look it, but I am. Yeah.
That's a flex. I love that. Okay, Eric, current favourite gym song?
Current favourite gym song. I have been bumping How We Do by The Game featuring 50 Cent.
Yeah, right.
Not my typical choice of music. My typical choice of music is heavy metal.
I thought so, yeah.
The Pig Squeals, yeah. I do love rap as well. But just that particular song, I don't know why, just the beat in it, like I'll be listening to it whenever I walk into the gym, like as the first song I put on at the moment. Just gets me hype at the moment.
Yeah.
Slay, love that.
WWE theme songs.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you're not playing WWE theme songs in the gym, you are missing out,
Yeah.
especially if you used to be a wrestling fan.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Lara, what's your current favourite?
I'm probably liking Bring Me the Horizon. We're going to their concert in April.
We are, yeah.
But Parasite Eve and Can You Feel My Heart or Can I Feel Your Heart?
Can
or something
You Feel
like
My
that.
Heart, yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, loving that.
I'm
at the
going to
moment.
look these up.
You'll like them.
Okay.
I can't hear.
Parasite Eve.
I can't hear
for
"Can You
sure.
Feel My Heart" by Bring Me the Horizon anymore without thinking of like the Chad memes.
Yeah.
It was
right.
like the theme song for Chad memes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Okay. All right. Favourite day at the gym?
All time back at the moment shoulders.
Back.
Yeah.
Yeah, back.
'Cause
That's
I
crazy.
deadlift on when I train back, and deadlifts
Okay.
is my favorite exercise.
Yeah.
So back day will always be number one, but shoulders is my current favorite.
I can get around shoulders. I
Yeah.
love a good shoulder day.
Nothing like walking out of the gym with a good shoulder.
That's
pump.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lara, what's your favourite day at the gym?
Probably quad day. Like training
Really?
quads, yeah.
That's
Yeah,
gnarly.
my quads get real juicy when I train them.
You have insane quads, to be honest.
Yes.
So-
'Cause I love quad day.
I cry. I cry because they're bigger than mine.
I could spend like 3 hours training quads, I reckon.
Yeah.
That's
Shit.
crazy.
Yeah, I love it.
Sounds painful though. Leg days are like, I feel like girls like leg days more. I just think because it's one of our best like
Goal orientated.
Yeah.
muscle groups.
I feel like when I train with Eric, it's definitely shoulders because I can stand next to you and flex
Oh,
my shoulders for sure.
Yeah, Lara can fuck off with her trap genetics. She's never done shrugs in her life,
never
and she's
trained-
got bigger shrugs than me. Not bigger shrugs, bigger traps than me.
Never
Yeah.
trained traps before in my life. And
Yeah.
I was out a couple weekends ago and I had this random girl come up to me and say, "Your traps are insane. My boyfriend would be jealous." I'm like, great. Thanks.
That's
Lara
so
responded,
cool.
"My boyfriend's jealous." So
Lewis, you can ask the rest. We'll like split it
Okay.
up.
Alright,
If you haven't already, I'm gonna plug you guys really quickly. Go follow Eric and Lara on Instagram. Check out Lara's page. She is genetically so blessed. I love looking at you.
And she's a
That's
hard
all I'm gonna
worker,
say.
so she works hard.
Huh?
She works
Oh
hard.
no, I don't mean to discredit you like that. I'm just saying your like physique is insane.
yes.
Eric goes on about my family genetics a lot, don't you?
Her family's genetics are god tier. Her oldest brother, he won the Mr. Oceania bodybuilding contest natural.
Is that Logan?
No.
No.
He's
Oh, you have
younger than
another
me.
brother?
Another brother.
Holy shit.
Logan is the youngest brother. Yeah.
Oh my god, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
What are your like your mum were your mum and dad very like
are they?
athletic people?
No, my dad's never been in a gym.
Yeah, right.
My mum has never lifted more than probably 10 kilos.
Jesus.
But
Maybe they just don't realise the potential that they actually had.
they're both very active people,
Yeah.
like in life. Like my dad's a bricklayer. He's probably one of the fittest 50-year-olds I know, 60-year-olds I know.
62-year-olds.
Shit.
60-year-olds, yeah. But yeah, all of my siblings and myself have...
Oh no,
There goes the
camera's
camera. That's all right.
gone.
It's still on.
like dead anyway, basically.
Did
Oh,
it
is it?
break?
when we were young,
Yeah.
eating his chicken and rice at the dinner
Yeah.
table and like getting up at 4 a.m. to train before he went and worked and then going in the afternoon. So we've all kind of seen that from a very young age.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love how you literally can't escape chicken and rice as being a meal
Yeah.
when you get into the
Yeah.
gym.
Oh my god.
It's like
Everyone's
coincidentally.
eating it. Yeah.
When I stopped having like mum's cooking for like
Yeah.
dinner, and I was like, I'm gonna have my own dinner and stuff. It's been literally for the last like nearly a year now, just like a honey soy chicken and rice. Like
Yeah,
I'll just put some different sauce with it, and
Yeah.
then it's just chicken, rice, veggies. Like
Yeah, well, as we were talking about earlier, like I showed you guys, like what I use to cook my chicken with,
Yeah.
my secret sauce.
yeah, are you gonna gatekeep it so that it
No,
doesn't-
it's if anyone wants to use it, it's just McCormick's Chipotle rub. You can get it from
I'm gonna
Woolies.
try it. I need
You can
to
get it
try
from
it.
Woolies or Coles and get price gouged at the same time because of inflation. We love it.
Yeah.
I've been eating that for 4 years now. The same seasoning, chicken and rice, and I'm still not sick of it.
Sick of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been having it for a year and a half now, and I'm not sick of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the best way to eat chicken and rice, like in my opinion.
Yeah.
Just lather the chicken breast in the rub, throw it in the oven 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Pull it apart, weigh it out, done.
I saw a thing like someone slow cook their chicken with like a slow cooker and they
Yeah,
chuck
yep.
in a sauce. It seems really easy actually doing it that way.
Well, yeah, used to do that as well. I obviously used to do the old pan fry as well, but then you have to sit
Yeah.
up there with it and make sure it doesn't burn.
That's still what I do, and I'm just like I get a bit sick of it now. I'm just like,
Literally all I do, and this was like partially me, having to start buying my own groceries and cooking my own food when I stopped relying on mum.
Yeah.
I just get like the big alfoil barbecue trays from Woolies.
That is so smart.
They fit 1.5 kilos of, or even more, of chicken in them. So you just like toss the whole chicken breast in the rub, like pour it all in a bowl and toss it through like you would if you were making chicken schnitzel with breadcrumbs.
yeah.
Put it in the tray, throw it in the oven 45 minutes. You don't have to watch it. You don't have to think about it.
I'm going to
until the
do that,
timer
I
goes
reckon,
off.
tonight. I
Meal
might
prep
try that
with
tonight.
Eric.
Meal prep with Eric,
Yeah.
And then
Life hacks.
and then 2 forks, pull it apart. You get like shredded chicken.
Yeah.
And then weigh it out. Done.
Oh, I'm doing that tonight, then.
We should try that.
Yeah, we've got to go shopping after this. So
Yeah.
I only just went back recently because Lara decided to convince me to save money to go back to like actually cooking our own rice.
Yeah.
I used to just buy the rice cups.
Yeah, the
Oh my
microwave
God.
rice.
Yeah.
It's so much more expensive though, long
Couldn't
term.
justify like all the plastic and
Hang on,
Yeah,
hang
true.
on.
Yeah.
Before inflation, it was expensive. I used to be able to do my weekly meal prep, so 3 meals a day plus snacks for $120.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now we spend $300 between the two of us.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that sounds about right
Yeah.
now.
We eat a lot of
And
food,
we-
though.
I don't think we eat enough food to justify $300 a week
Yeah.
on groceries. $300 a week on groceries.
It's expensive, but we do eat a lot of food compared to other people. Like
Yeah.
I keep up with you
Yeah,
at the moment.
Yeah.
fair.
This
Good
is
point.
this is funny. The question was about favorite day at the gym, and we're just such foodies. We've just ended up talking about fucking
I'm
food.
confused how we got onto this.
I think it started with getting it onto Lara's family.
Yeah.
Oh, true.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because I was talking about how good you look.
Yeah, chicken and rice. I guess Eric answered this one before. Arnold, Ronnie, or Seabum? You
Ronnie.
answered it really well, actually. That was
Ronnie all day. I think no one will ever match his physique.
Yeah.
And it's funny, I say no one will ever match his dominance on the sport, but a forgotten name is Lee Haney.
Yeah.
So Lee Haney
My
and
dad loves him.
Lee Haney and Ronnie Coleman share the record for eight Olympias in a row and in total.
Yeah.
Arnold made the sport, obviously. He is a legend in his own right, and then obviously he went on to do amazing things afterwards. Yeah, but no one will ever beat Ronnie's physique and dominance. And then Seabum is sort of doing what Arnold did back in the late 70s, 80s with this generation, is taking the sport to another level of popularity.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
so true.
Yeah. What about you, Lara?
Oh, I'm an Arnie fan.
Yeah.
Yeah,
same.
that's
yeah.
fair.
Yeah, she loves Arnold.
I appreciate not only like the bodybuilding aspect, but how he's a businessman and how he's like,
Yeah.
into films and stuff, and he's just done a lot in the community.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just think there's no one else quite like him.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other thing I give Arnold like massive credit for, not that he will ever hear my opinion.
Yeah.
Is he like started obviously in Austria and was like, I'll move to America,
Yeah.
learn
Yeah.
their language, dominate
Yep.
in this new up and coming sport, and then he like, I'll become the biggest movie star in America,
Yeah.
and then I'll become a senator for the
Yeah.
for the
That
California.
like doco
Not
they
even
put
a
out was
senator,
great.
sorry, the governor of
Yeah, the
California.
governor, yeah.
Yeah.
Just crazy mentality.
Yeah, no, insane. It's funny too, if you were to put all three of them up on stage, like all time, obviously Ronnie would win it, but like
depends what. It's the same.
I
Thing,
guess,
it's
yeah.
the same thing with like any sports debate. It's what era, what rules are we using?
So many variables.
But like I don't know. I find Arnold's just so like if we're talking just straight at their bodies, like their physiques. Like I would have Arnold's physique over any like the other two like easily. Like as much as it would be, I'd love to know just for one day what it would be like to live in the body of Ronnie Coleman or Sebum.
Yep.
I also am like, nah, like Ronnie struggles to walk around nowadays, and like it's just like
if I could pick like any of those three and like get their exact body, so like height and build, I'd be picking Arnold.
Yeah.
But like if I had to pick something that was close to like my build, but just like add on as much muscle as I want, I'm still taking Seth Feroce from Action Sledge.
True, yeah.
His physique he calls himself a gremlin because I think he's 5'8". He's about the same height as me. He's like 5'6", 5'8", and just packed with muscle and just looks insane for like his height.
Yeah,
nuts.
Yeah. The gift of genetics when you're like 5'8" and under.
I wish I was shorter.
Just like so solid.
Yeah, but then
the minute you breathe gym air, it's just like.
But then no one 5'8" will ever be able to look like Sebum because Sebum's 6'2" or 6'3", whatever he is.
I want to ask this one.
Okay.
This one's a fun one. Not gym related or anything, but what is just like a random fun fact about yourself? It can be anything.
I'll let Lara go first on that one.
It's a tough one, but I love people's answers.
I feel like you should definitely mention your occupation.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people are surprised to know that I'm a midwife.
Yeah.
Because I've been a midwife for 5 years now. It's something I've been doing for a long time, and it's a 3-year degree as well. So I've been doing it for a long time.
Yep.
I've actually just become a specialist in my field.
Was that when you did your masters? Did you do?
No. So it's separate. So I'm still doing my masters, and I finish in October.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
But I've just become a specialist.
That's so
in
cool.
the last few weeks.
Very proud. Very proud.
Yeah.
And that's shift work too, isn't it? As a midwife.
Yeah, it's shift work. Yeah. So I'm, you hear all the time people say they don't have time for the gym, but we get up at 4 a.m. to train before we go to work. And then
testament to it. You got to make time.
Yeah.
That's right. Maybe that's why a lot of people are surprised because, they see you and they see the physique you've built and what you do in the gym, and they probably think, like, oh my God, she's a midwife. Like, she's working those crazy hours. What the hell?
Yeah. Even when I was working 12-hour shifts back at Gosford Hospital, I would go train after work. So I wouldn't be leaving work till like 11:30, going to bed at midnight.
Wow.
Getting back up at 5 a.m. to go to work again.
That's insane.
So, I've been doing this for a long time with the shitty shift work.
Yeah.
But, you can fit in what you need to do if you actually like it. Yeah, and that's why we've built this off hard work, because there's no excuse for it. If you do want to do it, you can do it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's why I like Arnie so much too, because he has a very similar mentality.
I have such respect for people. I said it to Eric yesterday. I have massive respect to tradies that come in after a 10-hour physically laborious day to train, and I just sit and think, I wouldn't be doing that. If I was genuinely obviously you like you just said, if you have the drive to do it and you're gonna do it, you will do it.
Credit though.
And also to people that do shift work as well, how your sleep is just all over the place.
And sleep is so important. It's so important for our health. So to do that, it's insane.
And also to be in a hospital with shift work, we were saying yesterday, where health isn't necessarily, which is ironically a priority amongst the staff, because again, it's the average person, you could say nowadays, isn't necessarily the most hardworking, but then you throw in those sorts of people with a job that is laborious or hard, shift work and stuff, they're not going to then prioritize, I was saying, it's funny, they just don't eat very well, staff in health environments and things like that. And like you said, it doesn't help when there's a cake in the fucking middle of the staff room every day, and it's just you got to walk in and look at it, and it's just
I mean, I used to be a fiend when I worked at a commercial painting company, and I'd go into aged care facilities in their staff rooms. If there was some biscuits and that, I was taking some, I was pinching them 100%.
That's like me.